Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Highly Effective People, has been quoted. The more people rationalize cheating, the more it becomes a culture of dishonesty. And that can become a vicious downward cycle, because suddenly if everyone else is cheating, you feel the need to cheat too. This quote sadly rings truth in society today. My name is Cavanaugh, and I'm 12 years old. I define myself as an athlete. I played lacrosse, baseball, swimming, and taekwondo. At the moment, I wrestle and play soccer. So as you can see, I'm quite the athlete. Unfortunately, I've witnessed an abundance of cheating in the years I've played sports. If you keep current with the news, then you've probably heard of the multiple incidents of cheating at the professional level. If you are a soccer fan like myself, then you're probably aware of the incident where Manchester City got banned for 2 years and fined €30 million in one of the biggest European soccer tournaments, known as the UEFA Champions League. This happened because they broke the UEFA fair play rules by overstating their sponsorship revenue. There's also been a recent scandal in the world of baseball with the Houston Nationals. They cheated by recording the Boston Red Sox's pitches and sending signals to the players so they could get an unfair advantage in the World Series. Both of these scandals are recent too, and only within the past few months. So one can only imagine how many scandals have occurred professionally with teams in the last year, few years, or decades. It isn't just teams that cheat, individual players are guilty too. For example, we all remember the cheating scandal where Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, deflated 11 out of the 12 footballs in the AFC Championship. After the occurrence, he was hit with a 4-game suspension in the following season. It cost his team $1 million and forced the draft picks. Another example is when Lance Armstrong, a professional road racing cyclist, used performance-enhancing drugs. Due to his use of drugs to gain an unfair advantage, he lost all of his accomplishments he made, including the 7 wins from the Tour de France and a bronze medal he won in the 2000 Summer Olympics. Cheating has unfortunately trickled down to children too. For example, Danny Amante, a Little League player, was involved in a cheating scandal. His father and coach put a false age for how old he was. His age was 14 while he was going to play against kids that were 2 years younger than him in the 2001 Little League World Series. In that game, there were going to be scouts watching, which meant that he would have a big advantage over the other kids. He was 6'4" and threw 76 miles per hour, which are a lot harder than what the average 12-year-old could do. After the scandal and everyone knew that cheating was occurring, no MLB team would recruit him. Of course, these situations are at a higher level, but I've seen this at my level of play too. In the years I've wrestled, I've seen instances of cheating. I've seen people grow out their fingernails to cut or scratch their opponents. My dad has even told me stories about some wrestlers that would put oil in them to make it harder for opponents to do a move on them. I've seen cheating in soccer at my level too. Kids fake injuries and not hurt, or exaggerate the pain there just to get a penalty or an advantage over the other team. A lot of this cheating is coming from the kids' parents. Take Danny Amante as one instance. They're the ones leading them and guiding them in the path of cheating and dishonesty. I believe there are pressures on children to perform well and to win. I feel fortunate my parents don't put this pressure on me and that I can have fun while playing sports. I would hate to have to win every match or game just to please my parents. Even though the elimination of cheating in sports is almost impossible, we can still reduce the amount by doing various actions. Some solutions could be to make the punishment of the athlete more severe. We could do it by increasing the fine of cheating and the amount of time banned from the sport longer, depending on what he or she has done. Another way we could reduce cheating is by adding the number of cameras around the sporting event. There would then be evidence on the referee's decision and also decrease the amount of cheating done by athletes because the athletes would know that there are cameras watching them all over the place. Last, we can increase the number of urine samples taken. This will help because it would reduce the amount of athletes who have taken performance-enhancing drugs. All of these solutions will help reduce and decrease the amount of cheating done by athletes, but there is still a low chance they'll stop all the cheating done. Overall, I believe athletes cheat because of the potential rewards of money or fame get to them, causing them to make poor decisions. This could be called winning at all costs. Perhaps it's also because they may feel the pressure from other people, including their parents, teammates, coaches, and more. The athletes have to please them by winning, or they will get mad at them or not want to be with them because they are bad at a certain sport. This is not how we want this world to be. Kids are the future, and they look up to professional athletes as role models. For example, my role model is Raul Gonzalez Blanco, which is the Ramage Florida, because he not only was one of the best players for my favorite team, but never got a red card in his career. Another role model is Cristiano Ronaldo. I admire him because he not only is a great player on the pitch, but also off the pitch. He uses his platform for good. For example, he sold his Ballon d'Or, an award that is given to the best player in that year, and donated the money to a Make-A-Wish Foundation. He also donated his money to build schools in Gaza. I hope that I can be admirable to these athletes one day for younger athletes to come. And I hope that I can show children that whatever it takes to win is not cheating, but I have a love for the sport and passion for the game itself.